We are back with another Pokemon Hardcore Nuzlocke video, and in this one we're going to be attempting Pokemon FireRed using only the flying type and on only one attack. Now it's time to get this challenge started. So since there's only really one option of starter to pick for this challenge, I just decided to go with Charmander here since it eventually evolves into a flying type, and I nicknamed it Long Claw before really starting the journey with our first rival battle. So since this battle is going to be the first real challenge here, since the rival has the type advantage against Charmander, we eventually just end up beating it anyway and start adding to the team. So first encounter here with the next route being Pidgey, that nicknamed Pigeon, and then running into a Spearow that I nicknamed Sparrow. There are a lot of options for flying types, running into a Caterpie here, nicknaming Monarch, since it eventually evolves into a Butterfree, which I quickly do before challenging Brock, since Brock is going to be the second real challenge for this run, since those rock types were really damaging to this flying team here. But luckily Charmander does learn Metal Claw, which we were able to take out Geodude with relatively no issue. Now up against this Onix here with the Rock Tomb that really deals so much damage, I definitely wanted to keep Charmander as much as possible and didn't mind sacking Butterfree there, so I just swapped in Butterfree to take that Rock Tomb as I swap in Sparrow here to just go for the Growl and just go for the stat reductions, just to try to lower Onix's the menace to my team here. But eventually I get taken down with a Rock Tomb, and dwindling on Pokemon here, since I decided to send back in Charmander, which goes down to a Rock Tomb, a couple of Rock Tombs, and sending out my final Pokemon, Pidgey here, just going for the Sand Attack to try and get him to miss as many Rock Tombs as possible, before firing off a bunch of just gusts and quick attacks here. Hopefully to just kind of stay. I know this Onix is just using Vine and Tackle, but we eventually take it out, defeating Brock, getting our first gym badge, even though we lost 3 Pokemon in the process. So trying to get everything back, we got a Magikarp nicknamed Aqua Tyrant before going to Mount Moon and catching a Zubat nicknaming Oxpecker. So again, just as soon as we get to Cerulean, evolving the Pidgey into a Pidgeotto before challenging our rival once more. So this battle here wasn't too much of an issue. I think the only issue being that I had only two viable Pokemon to really do a battle with, since not really putting too much faith in Magikarp before the evolution here. But luckily, the rival didn't prove to be too much of an issue, especially with Pidgeotto here. A really good pre-battle before the gym leader. So with Pidgeotto getting pretty low thanks to this Squirtle, just decided to send in Magikarp, misclicking on the splash there, deciding to just do a lot of quick swaps here to kind of preserve my Pokemon for this gym battle. But eventually took out the Squirtle and defeating the rival. So Pidgeotto does try to learn Whirlwind here, but yeah, definitely forget that it has this Abra. But a couple of quick bites and the Abra goes down before challenging Misty here. So with the second gym, there wasn't too much of an issue. I did evolve Magikarp into Gyarados, but not too many issues going into this fight, because I know that Gyarados is a pretty strong Pokemon to have it this early in the game. So I'm just swapping in Gyarados once Pidgeotto just gets too low. The Staryu really can't touch it, and a few bites takes it out as Misty sends in Starmie. Now since Bite does have the type advantage, just kind of sticking with Bite and eventually taking out Misty, earning the second gym badge. So on our way to the next big challenge of the run, decided to just go on the bow and defeat the rival here. Just trying to get some more experience before this upcoming battle. So again, the same strategy, just start with Gyarados, kind of lead with Gyarados here, because Gyarados is definitely the best Pokemon on the team at the moment. There's nothing really can hurt it this early in the game. Just take out this Raticate, no problems. Bite again, even though I was disabled with this Bite here, this Kadabra really still can't hurt Gyarados. So he's sending in Wartortle. Decided to swap in just to get rid of that disabled status and just continue to fire off the bites, trying to get the flinch hacks here. So I get like 3 flinches in a row and eventually just take out this Wartortle before evolving my Zubat into Golbat and going into the biggest challenge of this run, being Lieutenant Surgeon is electric type. So Pidgeotto just decided to be with Pidgeotto because Gyarados has that quad effect of weakness to it. So Pidgeotto does wind up taking out the Pikachu and the Voltorb. So I'm thinking, okay, gonna sack the Pidgeotto even though it's doing some good damage here. Sad that I had to add Charmander to the squad just for the cut ability there. But going with Golbat here, just doing some nice damage to this Raichu before having to send out Gyarados to hopefully try and clean up as much as possible. But Raichu outspeeds, goes for the Shockwave as I miss the bite, and taking out Gyarados eventually, ending the run. So yeah, just have this Charmander on the team for the cut HM. But catch you guys in the next one. Peace.